So today I'm going to be working with some houseplants. That's a bit of a deviation from what I've done in the past. I've done a few videos on some houseplants, but not nearly as many as I've done on garden plants. Anyhow, I got some new babies. Look at this beauty. I think this is a pink Chinese evergreen here. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. One of the college students, she was selling this, and I found her on Facebook Marketplace. She's got a ton of stuff, but I only bought 2 things from her. So this was $7. Yeah, this pink Chinese evergreen was $7. It's in a 4-inch container. And then I also got this from her, and I forget the name she had on it, but I'll put it on the screen. This thing is beautiful. I love these variegated leaves. So I think, you know, with me having grow lights, this will really flourish. Looks kind of like a philodendron to me, which means that I'll be able to propagate this no problem. Yeah, see, it's got roots on the stems. So this will be easy for me to propagate once it gets a little bit bigger. This is gorgeous. So for this one, I just want to upplant these because I don't want to have these planters out. Like, that's not nice. So this one's going to be really easy. I'm just going to plop it right into this container. Isn't that pretty? It was a 3-pack, and my mom bought it for me, but it got broken in the move, and so I think I only have 2 of them left. But so that's what that's gonna be in. And we'll put that here. Also, if you hadn't noticed, one of my beautiful pumpkins I grew this year, I had so many of them. They're in the bathroom, they're in my office, they're in the bedroom, they're in the kitchen, they're in the living room. I got 3 at work. Who knew that plant was gonna go crazy like it did? It's so wonderful. Anyways, they're just super cute, and I'm using them as decorations all over the place. And today, it's a decoration in the video. Okay. And then same thing for this one. Just gonna plop it right on in there. But this one I want to stand up. It's falling over, and that's not great. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to stand this one up a little bit better. There you have it. That looks good. Just sweep that on in. I'm gonna have to pick up some water trays, some plastic trays to go up under these. But for now, they're good to go. I'll just sit them in the sink when I water them and let them drain out for a few hours, and then I'll be able to put them wherever I want to put them. But isn't that coloration just gorgeous? I'm looking to grow this and propagate it as well, because these are very easy to propagate. So that influenced my decision for what plants I bought from that young lady. I'm gonna move this up. This is one that I already had in my collection. I bought this, I wanna say from Costa Farms a few years ago. And I noticed this year it's been in this pot, I mean, for years. And I noticed this year it divided. This was not like this before. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate these. And snake plants are pretty resilient. You know, this should be a piece of cake. But famous last words, right? We'll see. We'll see. Anywho, so that's what we're gonna do now. Let me just move these back, although they're gorgeous. Let's move it back just a little bit. And the reason I like doing these things in my office is because I have this mat. It's not real leather, but it's really easy to brush up dirt off of this. And then I have a plastic mat at the bottom of my desk. And so cleanup is a breeze in here. All right. Now I'll tell you, I haven't done this before. A couple random stones in here. I don't know what that's from, but my mind says just split them. So that's what I'm doing. That was, oh look it, I think this was, is it? No, that's one plant. Okay. Cool. All right, so we got one here, which I'm gonna put right back into this container. And then, ooh, doesn't want to stand up. And then I have another container here. This little guy, since these don't grow all that fast anyways, this will be fine in this small container here. If you're wondering, I do fertilize my house plants, but only with my homemade stuff. So a lot of times what I'll do is when I redo my pots, I'll add my this stuff here. And this is just ground up dried plants, vegetables. Actually, this smells good. I use my Vitamix food cycler to make this stuff, and then I just use it as a soil amendment in my plants. I try to keep it way down on the bottom though, so that you know, gnats and stuff don't come along, and because it does smell like food. And I think it provides plenty of nutrients for my little plants here. So we're just gonna and that'll be great for a nice long while. All right. Okay. Indoor houseplant soil is not the same as garden soil, so please don't bring in your garden soil. I mean, you can if you want to, but you playing a risky game there. Yeah, I couldn't believe I've had this snake plant for years though. It hasn't gotten very big, but it's always been healthy. And I clean it up every now and then. I clean all my plants, actually. Well, that was bad timing. But I clean all of my indoor plant leaves several times a year. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I used to manage a plant and floral shop in a city called Lakewood, Ohio. It was very trendy, and it was just me and the owner, and I learned a lot from her. Her name was Nancy, and I learned a lot from her, and I think probably that's where I found out I had a green thumb for sure. But I didn't get a garden until several years after that. But I managed a flower and indoor or a plant shop for 5 years-ish, right out of college. I loved it. It always made me think that I wanted to own my own plant shop, but my destiny appeared to be different than that, so I guess it's not too late, though. It probably could still happen. Anywho, so there's one down. And then we're just gonna this mat is really nice too because it's so easy to wipe down. I mean, it's great. Okay. Let's put that down in there. A lot of times I like to put, what do you call it? Stones on top of my soil to discourage, you know, gnats and flies and whatever else. Plus it looks nice. I suppose you could use like clay pebbles too if you wanted to. I also used to do moss. Moss was another thing I used to put on top of my soil for my plants. But moss is very finicky. These are gonna go downstairs in my living room. I moved one of my plant stands from in my office to downstairs in the dining or in the living room in front of the window. It's just not, it's not stable enough to be up here. And so I wanted to move it down there where it wouldn't get moved. My office is so small, whenever I want to craft, I have to move things out of the way, and that was an accident waiting to happen. All right, let me scoop the rest of this down here into this pot. I got this mat off of Amazon. Surprise. Nice. All right, friends, that was it wasn't a very long video, but it is what it is. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe these down. I'm gonna water them in the sink, and then I'm gonna move them downstairs in front of the window where they're gonna make me look like an excellent plant mama. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. Go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed what you saw. And I will see you guys in another video on another day. Until then, happy growing!